Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys are doing well. I thought I'd make a quick video just to have a little chat and talk about what happened during the weekend because something big happened. You probably already know this if you watch the news. It's all over the social media anyways, all over the internet. I went to bed early that night, so I had no idea. I woke up in the middle of the night and my husband sent me this video via text and he said something big happened. So I watched the video and I was so shocked. This was one of the initial videos that came out and I was so shocked with regards to this attempted assassination on the former president Donald Trump. I was shocked, but I wasn't really surprised. um, I already knew that there was a possibility of this happening. A lot of people have already talked about this. One of them is Tucker Carlson has mentioned this before, that this is a big possibility of that Donald Trump getting assassinated, getting hurt. And yes, it happened. Um, it's very sad news that this happened. I mean, there is a lot of obviously political unrest in the United States with the election coming up. People have different political viewpoints, opinions, and ideologies, but it's one thing to disagree, but it's another thing to actually want to hurt that person you disagree with. That's completely different. And very sad news that two people obviously lost their lives. The first person is this bystander, Donald Trump's supporter, who happened to be in on that stage, an audience, and I believe he was with his family. This man is a hero. He's actually a firefighter. Is a resident of that area. He's a husband, a father, and apparently he kind of like basically dove and covered his family. Making sure they're safe, protected them, and while doing that, he lost his life. Of course, Donald Trump was hurt. A bullet grazed his right ear, and videos of that and photos of that are now all over the internet. And the fact that he survived this is a miracle. There was a photo of this bullet passing through him and just 5 millimeters, like really, really close. Again, that's a close call, and for Donald Trump to survive this is a miracle. A lot of people must be praying for Donald Trump for him to survive this. Now, of course, he was hurt, he was treated, but he's fine now. He's released a statement that he's okay. His reaction to this is very classic Donald Trump. You'd think that he would be shaken. I'm sure he's shaken, but the fact that he got up and he said, fight, fight, fight. If I recall correct, if I'm not wrong, he put his fist like this and showing his supporters that I will continue to fight for you, for America. That's gonna go down in history. That picture, I'm gonna try to put it on the screen, is going to be one of the most iconic pictures that's gonna be in our history. Now, of course, the perpetrator, the shooter, also lost his life. Now, this is also sad. This is a young person, 20 years old. There's not much information on him other than they found out that he's a registered Republican. But what's interesting about this is that he is a registered Republican, apparently, and he also made a donation to a progressive group, Blue Act, something. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I don't know a lot of information on this, but yes, he's a registered Republican, but he made a donation to a progressive group, which that doesn't make any sense. It's weird. He did not own the that was used. It was apparently his father's. If I'm not mistaken, he's unemployed, so he is a young person, 20 years old. To do what he did. What pushed him? What drove him to do that? I don't know, but such a waste of life. Obviously, he knew that I'm sure he probably knew that by doing what he did, he will most likely lose his life. So being willing to lose his life to just be able to accomplish what he did, I mean, I don't know what drove him to do that, but yes. Well, people are shaken up with this. I'm sure people who will be attending that RNC, which is this week, I believe it started today, they're going to be concerned about their safety. They said that they're going to, I think Biden actually came out and made a statement that they're going to give Donald Trump more protection. And they are now, one good thing that came out of this is the fact that they are now giving RFK, if I'm not mistaken, the other Kennedy, they're gonna give him a protection now, which is good because apparently they've been refusing him protection, which doesn't make any sense, knowing the fact that two of his family members died from assassination. But it's good that he will now get that protection that he needs. But I was looking at a couple of videos on this. As I mentioned, it's one thing to disagree when it comes to the viewpoints in politics and your stand, your ideology. But other people are out there making videos on TikTok. Now, I am not on TikTok. I don't like that platform. But I saw a girl actually, she put a video on this together and she did a really great job. I can't remember her channel. I'm going to try to link that video that she made because she did a really good job. A lot of TikTokers, really young, you can tell they're probably in their 20s, making videos crying and outraged that this perpetrator missed that shot. They're calling for another shot. They're just concerned of the possibility that, oh, now we're going to lose this election because Donald Trump's going to use this to his advantage. That is the concern. Nobody's concerned that if Donald Trump actually lost his life, we probably won't be having this conversation. It would be a very different America. The possibility of political chaos and unrest and violence that would have been all over the place. That would have most likely happened. People are outraged now. Can you imagine if Donald Trump actually lost his life from this attempted assassination? This would have been a disaster, for America. So I'm very happy that he's safe, but I'm more happy that he's safe, and because of that, we are in a better place. Because it would have been a very different situation scenario if he actually lost his life. And we don't want that. Most good Americans want good things for America, not chaos. And I think this is a good opportunity for Americans to unite and come together. We can always disagree when it comes to our opinions, politics, our ideologies, but you can take that up to the ballot. Go and vote for the person you think will do good for America. There's no need to wish someone harm. There's no need to want someone to die, just because you don't agree with their political opinion. So obviously the temperature is very, very high right now with, politics and all this stuff going on, with the previous, just debate that happened 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of weeks ago. I think this is a good opportunity for Donald Trump and for Biden to focus more on their policies, talk about things that really matters instead of attacking each other. And this media outlets doesn't help. CNN, MSNBC, even Fox News. I think they should kind of lay off on talking about things that doesn't really matter, like calling people names. MSNBC is very bad at this. The two women who's supposed to be spreading joy, Joy Behar and Joy Reid, are very, very hateful when it comes to their comments against Donald Trump, calling him racist, calling him Nazi, calling him. And this one thing that I don't quite understand, when people say things like, oh, if Donald Trump gets elected, it's going to be the end of democracy in America. Come on, really? That really is riling people up and stirring people's emotion because, just the thought of that, oh, if he gets elected. There was even this campaign that came out that if Donald Trump gets elected, the women's going to become sex slaves. I was like, are you for real? This is so ridiculous, but it's out there. Apparently Biden also pulled out his campaign ads in Pennsylvania. I'm wondering what's in those, campaign ads for him to be pulling it out. But I think, going back to the main topic, I think this is a good opportunity for both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, to come together and really focus on things that matters. Of course, we can have differences when it comes to our political opinions, what we want for America, but let's go ahead and take that up on the ballot instead of just attacking each other. I don't think there's a need for that. And it's a good start, I think. Hopefully Donald Trump would also work on maybe toning it down, focus on talking about your policies and things that you want to do for America instead of talking about Joe Biden. There's really no need to be talking about Joe Biden. He could literally just win this by just discussing things that he wants to do for America and Americans. There's no need to talk about Joe Biden. And on the other hand, this news outlets, they should really stop calling Donald Trump a Nazi and a racist and all this stuff, because he's already served 4 years, okay? The democracy did not disappear while he was in office. So there's no need to be making these lies. Again, this is a good opportunity for both parties. And the latest news on Trump, which is a good news, his case on those classified documents was dismissed by a Florida judge. So that's a good start. He can now focus on his campaign. And I believe he will also be picking his BP pick this week, and he will be speaking on the RNC on Thursday. Of course, the security on that is going to be really heightened, and hopefully they do a better job this time around. I hope they can give him more manpower, because I think that's probably one of the problems. I don't think he had enough. There's enough people protecting him. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this video here. I don't want to make it too long, but if you want to share your opinion on this, you can do that in my comment section below. All right, one last message. Let's be peaceful, you guys. There's no need for violence. We can just, put out your vote. Vote for the person who you think will do good for America. And, that could be Biden for you. That could be, Trump for me. It doesn't really matter. There's no need for violence. Let's be peaceful. All right, I'm going to end this here. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, everyone.